What's going on, it's JTLive, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And it has been way too long. Before I do want to get into the main juice of this video, I do just want to sit down for a minute and talk to you. So if you do want to get into the meat of everything, feel free to skip ahead. But for now, I want to talk to you guys. Some of you guys have been here for 3 years, 3.5, 2 years, 1 year, half a year. Maybe you saw me on some streams. Maybe you saw me doing some stuff. Who knows? Maybe you're a South Stand signings. Who knows what brought you to the channel? But I have been a little bit AWOL. There's a few things that I cannot speak about right now, and a few that I can. And what I will say, I did have to take some time away from things. I have dealt with a lot of those issues, and we are going to be back ready, raring, and ready to go for this new season. You can see there's a little bit of dust, shall we say, on the old microphone skills of JT. But don't worry, those will be getting wiped off very soon, and we'll be back in that flow state. I am also in the midst of very much changing a lot of the content which you're going to be seeing on this channel right here, right now. I want it to be a lot more community fed. I want you guys to be a bit more involved than you were before. I know I was interacting with your comments and stuff, but I want you guys to be more involved in the actual formatting of what we do. Obviously, we'll hopefully talk about a bit more about this tomorrow in the stream for the Pourtsmouth game, first game of the season. I cannot wait. I know you sat there thinking, hey, you're not even repping the boys, James. What's happening? You're not even repping the boys. Well, I am. I'm repping one boy in particular, of course. Fear not. I'm still a big Leeds United fan because we got big Riz Fenia on the back. Don't you worry. But listen, huge game tomorrow. I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail with some of you guys about some of the plans for the upcoming season and how I want you guys involved. I do apologize for disappearing for a little bit. If there are any of you that are still here from before, welcome back. I cannot wait to embark on hopefully what is our promotion campaign this year, and I've really got a good feeling about the upcoming months. So I hope you guys can join along with us. But speaking of good feelings, that does also extend to this weekend game against Portsmouth, in which I am enthralled at Leeds United's chances of winning. Not necessarily because of what we've done in the transfer market, and we will have a little dip now into some of the team news and some of the updates. And one of the first things that a lot of people have been talking about recently is Leeds getting that Somerville replacement. That's right. You didn't hear me say too much about Sourceville too trappy. If you know anything about this channel, you know James is a huge Somerville admirer, and that one really did sting. Losing him and Archie Gray in the same window was so tough, especially for the cut price fee that we did end up getting for Somerville. Really bitter pill to swallow, and I only hope that we can hopefully fix some of the issues that we did make in the transfer window coming up, because it hasn't been the best. I really want to know what you guys have to say about it. But in my opinion, really has not been a good transfer window for Leeds United so far. I've been obviously consuming all of the information, and it just hasn't been a positive sign. But there could be a little bit more optimism coming up with this man here, Saki. I hope I am not mispronouncing his name. But there were reports flying around today which got me a little bit excited, saying that he could feature as early as tomorrow, which it really leaves me scratching my head how they think he is going to exactly be able to play in Leeds United's first game of the season when the turnaround would be significantly too short for anything like that to happen. And as we delve into some of these articles, I think you will see that they have made a little bit of a cock-up, should we say, which might lead to some potentially misleading headlines. Not that I'm throwing out any accusations of such, but obviously Leeds United, after losing Somerville, have been looking for this man, Saki, who really struggled to get any faith under Roy Hodgson or Glasner last year when he was fit. Obviously went down to Charlton in League One, 15 goals and 8 assists in a breakout campaign. Not too shabby, Alonso. Is he Somerville levels yet? No. Does he have the experience of Somerville? No. You know, he was tearing up in the Premier League, let's not forget that, but he could be a good acquisition. And also, he is someone who is looking to be locked down on that right-hand side of the pitch. Potentially could be a good sign for Wilfried Gnonto. Interested to hear what you guys think about that one. What do you make of the whole Gnonto situation, by the way, as well? Do you think he is someone who is likely to stay? I personally don't see us losing Somerville and Gnonto in the same window. And if we were going to sell one, I would have liked it to be Nanto, but obviously it does look like the more you read into it that the Somerville thing was kind of out of our hands and there wasn't too much to do about it. So it's sad. Can I blame him for taking the Premier League move? No. Can I blame West Ham for purchasing him? Definitely not. And can I blame the club given the information that I know at least? No, I cannot. But Saki does seem like he could be a good acquisition for Leeds, although he's not really of that caliber yet, and there are other players that I would potentially lean towards. Now, there is something that they have made here, which is a bit of a telltale sign. If we do just read into this, Southampton was said to be keen on signing Saki on a permanent basis, but Palace remained faith that a season of development in the Championship could see him ready to play a permanent role at Selhurst Park in the 25-26 campaign. Obviously, they want to ship him down to the Championship on a temporary basis so that they could potentially test the waters of bringing him back. Sky Sports report that Leeds United, Sheffield United and Hull have all agreed a season-long loan deal, although there is still work to do to close the signing with a player yet to agree personal terms with any of the prospective sides. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting, shall we say. There is hope that a deal could get done in time for Saki to feature in Leeds' first game of the new season. But how? Kamara is going to feature in that new game, that first game of the new season. They say it's at home to Burnley on Monday night, which I think we all know is not the case. We are playing tomorrow against Portsmouth, and it is in fact Luton Town who are playing at home to Burnley on Monday night. So I'm not quite sure how they've worked this one around. Maybe a few of you got suckered into that, like me, saying, oh, maybe he is going to play in our first game. But no. Obviously, it just seems to be like a little bit of a mistake there, a little bit of a blunder. But what do you guys make about Saki? Obviously, I am looking to do a bit more of a deep dive in a couple of days if we do potentially make that transfer permanent. But as of right now, we're looking very, very in the immediate future for the game tomorrow. Now, in other news, there are some predicted lineups coming out which aren't too important, but just look at this, mate. This tells you all you need to know about Leeds' activity in the transfer window so far. Look at all these signings that, look at all these changes, that Pompey have made. And look at the changes that Leeds have made. 4, and 3 of them, I mean, one of them is already with us, and one of them is not a big change at all. And if we do delve into the transfer market, I'm sure you guys already know this. I just want to make a little point about it because I haven't spoken about these transfers with you yet. It's not pretty sights, in my opinion. I think Jayden Bogle is a phenomenal signing. Joe Rodon, again, great signing, but obviously we had him last year, so it's not really strengthening the squad. And Joe Rothwell, I'm very interested to see. It's going to be interesting to see how he fits into, well, as a replacement for Kamara. Obviously not completely like for like in the way he plays, but a good replacement nonetheless for Kamara, and it'd be interesting to see how he does do. Obviously, this thing here is quite misleading. You'd think, oh, Sinisterra's back, but no, he is also on the departure list as well. So, listen, guys, I want to know what you guys have to say about Leeds' transfer activity so far. Do you think that this loan signing of Saki is enough? And do you think this squad at the moment is enough to get us promoted? Irregardless of whether we make signings. That's right. This squad right here, right now, no signings made. Do you think it is good enough to get us back up to the promised land of the Premier League? For me, I still think there are a few areas of concern. Number one, the number 9 is still a big area of concern. I know Mateo Joseph has looked phenomenal as of late, especially with the new braids and everything. The guy seems like his aura is maxed out right about now. But I do want to know what you guys have to say about that. Do you think that he is enough, or do you think still it is a little bit too early to hang your hat solely on him and you would like another number 9? And would you like some other acquisitions elsewhere in the park? Please let me know what you guys think. And of course, let me know your scores on the doors for Pompey tomorrow. I'm not going to break down how Portsmouth play. I'm not going to break down how they like to play, because listen, let's be real. If Leeds play our game tomorrow, then we are going to blow everyone out of the water. And also, preseason for me isn't the best telltale sign of how players or teams play in the first game of the season, or the rest of the season in general. So I want to see Leeds come out firing on all cylinders. I don't take too much out of that Valencia game either for Leeds in a positive aspect, because preseason for me is just a completely different kettle of fish. You saw Leeds getting packed by Geisley under Bielsa and then going on to dominate the entire league the next season. So I don't buy too much into that. But are you guys feeling optimistic based on preseason, based on transfer activities, based on that beautiful new yellow and blue Red Bull kit that has been released? Please let me know everything down in the comment section down below. I can't wait to see some of your regulars again. I cannot wait to speak to some of you guys. It's been way too long. And don't worry, this is just the start of the gravy train. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys there tomorrow as well. But for now, guys, I will see you very, very soon. Oh, I can't wait for this new season. Come on, Leeds.